You're listening to The Marketing Reality, real-life marketing insight with Australian business owners. Proudly brought to you by Holly Martin of Just Holly.
Welcome to The Marketing Reality, where we learn what marketing activities have and haven't worked for Australian business owners. I'm Holly Martin of Just Holly, providing strategies for you to take control of your marketing. And today I would like to welcome Lacey Filipich, co-founder of Money School. Welcome, Lacey.
Hi, Holly.
Look, let's jump straight in. What solution do you provide?
My business is helping parents to teach their kids about money. I
Love
want them
it.
to be able to grow up and be financially independent.
I think that is a fantastic idea. So your target audience is the parents only, or is it the kids as well, or how does it work?
Well, my main focus is the parents. I believe you need to teach the parents so they can teach the kids rather than learning about it from school. And there's lots of stuff that helps kids in schools already. I do, though, however, talk to some kids because they've started becoming kidpreneurs, which is pretty amazing, in their drive to make a bit more money, which is a really nice perk of the job.
How awesome is that? But then it also freaks me out that these, kids are starting so young and,
It is
I didn't start
mind-boggling.
young. Yeah.
No, there are some very, very motivated kids out there.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so what's been your most successful marketing activity?
My most successful one recently, I learned from a guy named John Blake, and it's based on an email from the guy's name is Dean Jackson, and it's called the 9-word email. And I actually haven't researched this before. He just gave me this tip, and it's a really simple strategy that you can use with a mailing list that's not been responsive. And all it is a subject line that is the name of the person you're writing to. So if it was to me, it would be Lacey in the subject line. Yep. And then it's just, "Hi, Lacey. Are you still interested in financial literacy for kids? Cheers." From Lacey in this case. It's a really simple email. And of course, you do it without any of the logos or banners or anything like that. So it looks like you've just written an email. And I've had a list that was really unresponsive, like maybe one person clicked out of 80.
Yep.
And from that one email, I got 35% response rate. And a lot of the responses were, "No, I'm not interested this time." But they responded, which was great.
So I was
able
just
to have a
about to
conversation.
say, it's fine that they're not interested right now, but they've now become engaged, and that's what it's all about. Because not everybody needs to become your customer or client right now, but you want to have them in your funnel so that when they are ready, you're the one that they come to.
Exactly. And plenty of them were like, "Well, I've moved on from the PNC," because it was mostly PNC people, but here's the contact details of the new person, which was great. And I've been able to have conversations with them. Yeah, it was wonderful. I refreshed the list.
Yeah. And I like that because I've heard of the 9-word email. It's not pushy, it's conversational, and it's focused on their need because it's all about how you phrase it. So it's about their need, not what you're selling.
Absolutely. And it's so unimposing too. I know we all get all these emails with attachments and videos and stuff. So something that's one line, people just go, "Oh yeah, I can respond to that." So great responses. And I also got my most positive leads out of that because I'm just doing some concept marketing at the moment. So that was a great thing. Someone came back with, "Oh yeah, I'd love to. Please tell me more." And so I've been engaged in a conversation with this guy. Now we've probably had about 12 exchanges. So that's wonderful because, previously I had him on my email database and we weren't doing anything. So it's great.
Zippo. Yeah, definitely. And I think another reason that it could possibly have been successful too is that there's no images, there's no words that flag that it's promotional, so it doesn't get shifted. Gmail now has these promotional and social folders, and they just automatically put stuff over there. So, there's a higher chance of you slipping through to the main inbox by doing something like that. So I love it. Yeah. All right, let's jump in.
So
What's your second most successful marketing activity?
Well, it actually links to that first one. I went and got some sales training. I'm not a sales professional. I'm actually a chemical engineer. So not what you could expect to have someone working in any kind of sales role. And so like most solopreneurs, I'm just making it up as I go along. And I know what I don't like because I know what I've had done to me that I don't want to do. But I had never seen what a sales system actually looked like, like how many contact points you needed, how to build trust, and how to open those conversations without just shoving your stuff down their throat. And as a result of not knowing any of that, I was quite nervous whenever I was talking to people that I was interested in selling to, because I hated that moment we had to, so do you want to work with me or are you interested in my products? And I found it really difficult. So just getting some training to have a script and to know who to talk to when and what cues to take has made a big difference to my confidence, and it's also helped with my closure rate now. So that's great.
I think it's one of those things too, that you started a business because you're really good at one thing, but it doesn't mean that you're really good at all the other things that come with being a business owner. That's something I talk about all the time. I don't do my own finances. I have an accountant for that because that's not what I'm good at. But
Absolutely.
even with my own marketing, I sometimes get other people, I've developed the strategy, but I'm getting them to implement it because I don't have time because I'm working on client and customer stuff, which is, the income driver for my business, which is how I can
Absolutely.
pay for everything else.
Yeah, totally. And there's so many things I'm learning, like a chemical engineer from mining. What do I know about online business, marketing, advertising, any of that? I'm exactly the same as you. I've got numbers sorted. I'm the other way. I can handle all the numbers. That's cool. And I'm good with the content. Everything else, I need help. And I'm learning to start to get it. And it's making a big difference to my confidence and, of course, the end result.
That's fantastic. It's that idea of continuous education.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so now to a little bit negative. What was the least successful thing that you've done?
So this is related to that email list that I got. Mm-hmm. I sponsored a conference that I thought was my target audience, which was a P&C related conference. So lots of people that are parents already,
totally,
and very interested in their kids, because they're all at P&Cs. Mm-hmm. So I sponsored this conference, and I just did the morning tea, and I had my baby a month before, so I probably wasn't terribly mind on the game, and I really turned up without a game plan. I didn't really know how to talk to people about it, but I ran a competition and got their emails. Mm-hmm. And I thought this was what the objective was. You're trying to get to these conferences to get emails. But, of course, so many people were like, well, we don't really understand what you're offering the P&C, where I was trying to talk to parents more so. And I just thought, there's a captive audience.
As individuals, right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why that list was unresponsive. I didn't really have the right product for them. And since then, I've had a lot of time to think about what I'm doing, and I've changed some of my products around. And so now I do have something to offer them. And that's when I used that 9-word email and finally got responses out of them after nearly 12 months of nothing. So at the time I was like, this is terrible. I've wasted all this money on sponsorship. It was only $1,000, but still, you sort of think, it wasn't very effective.
Money, and if you're not getting a return on investment, it's a waste of money. So
exactly, yeah. So I didn't know what to do. So having had that training and trying an email, suddenly I've got response out of it. So it hasn't been a waste, but it did sit there for 12 months doing nothing.
It's one of those things, though. I really like it when it's, hashtag marketing fail, but it's actually something that you were able to turn around into a marketing win. So it just shows that you have to be aware of what isn't working as well as what is, because if it's not working, there can be ways to turn it around, or perhaps next time, you could still do it again, but next time you would change how you do things. And, you've actually covered off on a few of those things, which is becoming clearer on why it is that you're talking to them, but also developing a product specifically for them. So, that it sounds like it was a marketing fail at the start, but it's actually a marketing win overall.
Yeah, thank goodness.
You bought it back from the brink. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can people find Money School?
Check out my website, moneyschool.org.au.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today, Lacey.
Well, thank you, Holly. Really enjoyed it.
With thanks to Paymo. Paymo is a modern project management app for small and medium businesses. Just click the link provided to learn more.
You've been listening to The Marketing Reality, proudly brought to you by Just Holly.